Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Packernet Podcast. I am your host and resident panelist, as always, Ryan Schlip. Check us out online, packernet.com. Find me on Twitter, pack_daddy. I'll be honest, it's late, I'm tired, and I'm freaking cranky. So I don't know how long this is going to take, but I was able to get a little bit off my chest. So I think I'm feeling better. I don't know. Sometimes I look at stats and I want to just punch things again. But, so the Packers lost. Not to a team that particularly performed well, in my opinion. It was to a team that their offense scored 17 points because their quarterback couldn't throw beyond 10 yards. You know, greatest quarterback of all time with his little frickin' dump-off passes. And then Lions defense that really didn't stop the Packers as much as the Packers drove down the field and then just started stabbing themselves in the legs, you know, just shooting themselves in the foot, sticking frickin' M80s up their pants. Leave it at pants. Oh, good. So if for whatever reason you didn't watch the game, here's a little recap. This comes from Hog NFL on X. Jordan Love, stupid pick 6, missed field goal, 3 botched snaps, 10 penalties, and 6 drops, and a partridge in a pear tree. I added that last part. Packers only lose by 10 somehow. Just to be clear, 10 points came by way of missed field goal and a pick 6. That right there is a tie. Add in 3 botched snaps, 10 penalties, and 6 drops. The Lions weren't the better team. They were just the one team that was disciplined enough to not suck. Here is a very frustrated Xavier McKinney.
We just got to stop doing the same, this is really the same shit, honestly. We got to figure it out. Like, it's not really that hard. It's not that complicated. Just got to figure it out.
And I think everybody at home is saying the same thing. It ain't that hard, dude. Stupid penalties. Pre-snap penalties over and 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 over again. Was that annoying? Yeah, exactly. That's the point. It's annoying. It's tiring. It's exhausting. It's almost as tiring and exhausting as listening to Packer fans say, well, they're obviously going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out, and then they're going to be great. They're going to figure it out. Bro, they've been saying, we've been saying the same crap last week, and the week before that, 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 and the week before that. Well, they're going to figure it out. 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 I don't want to talk about it anymore. As of right now, that is who this team is. You're not just getting a pass. You think I'm just going to hand you a pass and say, well, no, they're really good, and this isn't who they are, and they're obviously, and Jordan's obviously going to be better. Why is that obvious? Why is that obvious? That was obvious to you 5 weeks ago, and he's been the same frickin' guy every week after that. So why is that? Why were you wrong when you said he's obviously going to not do that? He has the longest interception streak of any Green Bay Packer since 2004, 2006? This is, again, going right back to Brett Favre having his just, holy crap, get this guy off my team phase. Here's Jordan Love coming in on the other side, and I understand he's got to be the leader. He's got to just say all the frickin' coach speak nonsense, but this is the crap I don't want to hear anymore.
True to the details and the fundamentals and staying focused with the things we need to clean up. But, there's no doubt I know we're a really good football team. And like I said, it's just too many mistakes that are self-inflicted that, we haven't been able to overcome. So, there's no doubt that we'll get back to work and focus on these things and clean it up. But, it just comes down to when it's Sunday and the lights are bright, we got to go out there and be dialed in and not make these mistakes.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it anymore. You said this last week and every week before that. It's the same exact speech. And I have no doubt that we're going to Well, I'm sorry, I'm doubting. This is stupid. And by the way, it's never acceptable. And people that, go touch some grass or whatever. That's not... This is not okay. It's not okay one time. It's certainly not okay to just throw a half a season away. And I understand we've been able to scratch out some wins, mostly against bad opponents, but we won't talk about that. We've been able to scratch out some wins, some real tight wins, like against the 32nd ranked offense or defense that we barely could score points against. And then we go up against the Lions and can really barely score some points. But no, we shouldn't worry about that. We shouldn't worry about the issues with the play calling. We shouldn't worry about the fact that Jordan can't stop making stupid decisions. We shouldn't worry about the terrible throws, the botched snaps, the drop passes, the constant penalties. We shouldn't worry about any of that because obviously we just know. We just magically know that everything's going to be wonderful and rainbows and lollipops. We just know. Don't you just know? Everybody knows. Come on, bro. Everybody knows. Don't you just know? How do you not know? Everybody knows. Everybody knows about the knowing. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Right? You know that old thing? I don't want to hear you flap your frickin' gums about what we need to. Oh, we just got to clean it up. We just got to clean it up. You say just like it's an easy thing, yet you can't seem to do it. Don't say just if you can't do it. It's so stupid hearing them talk as though it's just this really easy thing. Oh, it's no big deal. Yeah, we'll just stop making stupid decisions and stop making stupid penalties and then we're going to be really good. Yeah, bro. We've been saying that for how many weeks now? I wish that the Packers would have just played a clean game and lost in a close game, lose by 3 at the end, so we don't have to do this. And we can say, you know what? It was a tough-fought game. Everything's good. It's fine. Down to the wire, good football team against the Lions, the whole thing. And we go into the bye and everything. No, but instead, we got this team just crapping all over the field. Just up and down the field. Just terrible. Garbage football. As though this is week 1 and none of the starters played, and it's just penalties upon penalties upon penalties. Terrible throws, ridiculous pick six. Everybody's dropping everything. And I got to hear the same speech that, well, they're going to clean it up. I don't know that. And even if they do, that doesn't change anything. The fact that you're able to not do this in week 13 is great. That doesn't mean that it was okay that you did it in weeks 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't just make all that stuff magically go away. We can't do this every year where we don't figure out how to play football until week 10. We can't do it every year. And Matt LaFleur's got to frickin' wake up because this is on him. So look, do I know what the future holds? No, I don't. And I'm not going to pretend to know what the future holds. I'm not going to pretend to know what the future holds. But I'm also not giving anybody the benefit of the doubt anymore. Jordan Love, guess what you are? You're a bad quarterback that throws lots of picks. And you're a liability for your franchise. That's what you are until you can prove to be something else. Because that's what you've been this year. Matt LaFleur, you're an offensive coordinator that can't put a team together. You can't manage a team. You can't get them ready for big games. You can't get them ready for road games. You can't get them ready for playoff games. And you damn sure can't get a team to start playing football until week 10 and knock off these freaking penalties. Wicks, you just suck. You just suck at everything. Quay, you're useless. You want me to say something else? Then do something else. But I'm not going to sit here and watch you play like garbage and be like, oh no, they're really good. They're really good. Trust me, they're really good. And I love them. And they're really good. And they're really good all the time. And they're so good. And they're really good. You just can't see it yet, but it's in there deep down somewhere. You just can't see. No. You know what? What is what is. And that's it. There is nothing else. And I'm not going to manufacture some fake reality because, I don't know, because it feels good or something. You want to be a respected team, then play respectable football. That was a joke. That was pathetic. Well, it was rainy. I don't give a crap. How many drops did the Lions have? Exactly, so shut up. How many terrible, freaking, ridiculously inaccurate passes did Goff throw? Well, all of them beyond 10 yards. But other than that, basically zero. How many penalties did they have? I don't want to hear the freaking excuse. I'm so tired of the excuses. Why do Packer fans treat the Green Bay Packers players like they're 4-year-olds? These are grown-ass men making millions of dollars to be the greatest athletes in the world. And they go out there and play like a high school football team, and we treat them like they're 7-year-old kids playing flag football. Oh, come on. You're being too hard on him. He's doing good. He's really doing his best. He's doing so good. He tried so hard for this. You should support him. Bro, shut up. Get out of my face. Jordan Love's not a child. He's a grown-ass man that doesn't know how to throw a football out of bounds and instead starts throwing hook shots to guys for pick sixes, which, by the way, this is the second time he's done that now. There's no more excuses. We're going to give this guy hundreds of millions of dollars so he can throw pick sixes? Even the stuff that Jordan did really well, guess what? Mason Rudolph could have done that without the picks. So yeah, no more excuses. Stop throwing the damn interceptions, period. And I don't want to hear about touchdown to interception ratio anymore because this guy hasn't thrown a touchdown in 2 weeks now? In the last 2 weeks, he has thrown 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. You want me to make excuses about that? And again, let me remind you for the billionth time, Jacksonville was the 32nd ranked secondary, 32nd ranked defense with an abysmal secondary. And he threw 0 touchdowns and a pick. And then we faced the Lions, and he throws 0 touchdowns and a pick 6. Yes, there was a drop one. I understand that. But good Lord, this is pathetic. You know how many drops there were against Jacksonville? 1. So I don't want to hear it. He hasn't had a single game this year without an interception. He has played 7 games and thrown 10 interceptions. This is out of control. And they are some of the dumbest interceptions I've ever seen. They are unthinking nonsense. No, I'm not calling for Malik Willis to play. I'm not giving up on Jordan because we can't give up on Jordan because he is our starting quarterback because we paid him. The bottom line is the guy needs to step up. It's the same reason I'm not saying bench Rashawn or bench Kenny. I'm not saying you don't get a pass. I'm telling you, you're going to show up next week and you're going to do your damn job. And that is the expectation. And no, if you go out and throw 0 touchdowns and a pick again, I'm not going to sit here and baby you. Some fans will coddle you and rub your head and treat you like a 5-year-old. I'm not going to do that. This was awful. Absolutely freaking awful. And it absolutely, the most devastating thing was Jordan, but he absolutely was not the only problem. And honestly, we probably still win the game with the pick 6 if everybody else didn't jack up so much, and some of that was Jordan throwing bad passes, but the drops are out of freaking control. Some of them were bad passes, but you got to, be able to twist around and catch those. Some of those hit guys in the freaking chest. And then I got to listen to these morons in the booth talk about how great the defensive backs are for Detroit when they didn't do a damn thing. It was a drop. So now you're causing me double pain here. It's not as easy to roll some of these off my tongue because I don't remember exactly who had all the penalties and everything else. That pick 6 is pretty vivid. But I don't know what to say here. I really don't. But these guys are just unprepared, and this one goes to the top of the list because there's no excuse. There's no heat, right? It's not 85 degrees. It's not away. This is at home. This is in your house. I honestly, the defense, I think, did a really good job. They essentially held them to 17 points if you take away the pick 6. That is a fantastic job to hold the Detroit Lions to 17 points, and the damn offense couldn't do enough to turn that around. You couldn't find a way to win. Even with a pick 6, you couldn't find a way to win. And I don't know the answer. That's why I wish I did. I wish I even had some theories, but I don't even know what goes on during the week. I don't know what the meetings look like. I don't know what different teams do. I have no idea. So I can't sit here and compare and contrast and have idea. I don't know. But there's something you're not doing, Matt. There's something that your staff is not doing because these guys can't understand simple things. Be quiet, please. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm tired of saying the same damn thing all the time. And even if this is a win, it doesn't change anything. By the way, this is exactly what I'm talking about. In those games where a team wins and it's like, why would you be upset about a win? You're so stupid. This is why. Because you look at the way that they win and you realize that they're not a very good team and you realize exactly what I said, which is if they play like that against a team like the Lions, they're going to lose. That's the problem, and that's the point. And that's going to continue to happen if they continue to play this poorly. With the penalties, the mistakes, all that stuff, they're going to lose a lot of games coming up. And they may not go to the playoffs. And even if they do, they're certainly not going to do anything in the playoffs. That's the problem. Yes, the win is great, but the quality of the team is also a question. And I'm looking at a team that has a lot of talent. I thought the offensive line did a really good job. They ran the ball really well. Josh Jacobs seemed to have a lot of space to run around, and Jordan Love had a clean pocket for what felt like 10 seconds every time he touched the ball. There's a lot of talent. We've seen Jordan has talent. Josh Jacobs is fantastic. We've seen this defense do great things, including in this game. As much as I wanted to strangle some people, and there was a lot of mistakes, they held them to 17 points. And that's with no Jair and no, I can never remember the guy's name. The safety. 17. That's pretty good. I don't know. Why don't we take a break? We'll come back, look at some of these stupid stats, and we'll go from there. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. So, Jordan Love was 23 of 39, which, can we just notice the fact that he threw the ball 39 freaking times? I understand you got to throw the ball sometime. You can't just run. And I also understand that when you're down, in the second half or whatever, you got to throw a little bit more. But that's a lot of passes, man. Of that, he completed, 23 for 273, 7 yards per attempt, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. And had a 69.7 passer rating, which is dog crap, for those that didn't know. Josh Jacobs had 13 carries for 95 yards. That is 7.3 yards per carry. Guy had the best game of the entire year, probably, and we ran him 13 times. So there's that. Emmanuel Wilson, 4 carries for 28 yards. That's 7 yards per carry. And Chris Brooks had 2 carries for 13 yards. That's 6.5 yards per carry. 7.3, 7, and 6.5. And combined, they didn't run 20 times. In a blowy, blustery, rainy, crappy outdoor game that everybody said coming into this was going to be a ground and pound kind of game. The worst running back was Chris Brooks with 6.5 yards per attempt. Josh Jacobs had a 37-yard run in this game. Emmanuel Wilson had a 19-yard run. Chris Brooks only ran twice and had a 9-yard run. They ran down the Lions' freaking throat. They beat the crap out of the Lions up front. Our offensive line actually run blocked for the first time ever. And we didn't run. We decided that we needed to launch bombs down the field. This is Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers all over again. This is, hey, we should run. Hey, we need 5 yards, guys. Should we pick up this first down? Nope. Touchdown. Here we come, baby. Hey, it's 2nd and 1. What should we do? Pass. Okay, well, that didn't work. It's 3rd and 1. I know it's 4-down territory, but how about we go ahead and pick this up? Nope. Pass. Okay, 4th and 1. What are you going to do? We'll run it. Stuffed. I can't handle it. Receivers on the day. That's surprising. What the heck? That seems fake. Christian Watson was targeted 7 times, caught 3? I thought he caught more than that. I know there were 2 that went over his head, and it seems like he misjudged them. So that would be 5, I guess. I don't know. I thought he caught more passes than that. Anyways, Jaden Reed, 6 targets, 5 receptions, 113 yards. So he's back in the fold a little bit there. Had a beautiful catch down the sideline. Did not think that was getting caught. I saw that they were stride for stride, about as tight a coverage as you could possibly get. Beautiful. Josh Jacobs, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 13 yards. Emmanuel Wilson had 1 reception for 1 yard. That was one of the best receptions I've ever seen in my life, though, because that was guaranteed to be a 10-yard loss. Tucker Kraft, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 34 yards. Chris Brooks, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 28 yards. Romeo Doubs, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 28 yards. Bo Melton, 2 targets, 1 reception, 19 yards. Dontavian Wicks, 3 targets, 0 receptions. Pretty sure all 3 were drops. Don't know, but I'm pretty sure. And that's all that guy's done all year is drop passes. You want to talk about a guy that's been nothing but a liability? Dontavian Wicks has liability written right across his face. Dontavian Wicks, Jordan Love, and Quay Walker are really, really starting to make me wonder if they are doing more damage than good. Jordan gets a longer leash because he throws some cool throws once in a while. The other two, though, holy crap. Quay Walker did lead the team in tackles, which is a stat I do not care about. In fact, the stat that I care more about is the stat where a guy's standing right there, and then you completely whiff on a tackle, and then he runs for 15 more yards because you suck. Oh, it drives me. Guy just makes me insane. What else we got here? Rashawn Gary, 4 tackles, 2 solo, 1 half sack, 1 tackle for a loss. Presumably that is the half sack. Not a whole lot else here going on. Isaiah McDuffie had 5 tackles, which was 1 tackle for a loss. Kingsley had a tackle for a loss. Aaron Mosby with the half sack, one of the top plays of the day. Aaron Mosby going up against one of the top tackles in football, throws the dude on his back and goes and gets himself a sack. Beautiful stuff. 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions, 0 pass deflections in the game. 0, not a 1. It's freaking crazy. McManus, field goals, he was 2 for 3, 66%, obviously. Hard to get super mad at him. It was terrible weather out there. You know he's going to miss one sometime. I suppose if you're 2 for 3 on a day like today, you can accept that. He was 100% on his extra points because he was 0 for 0 because we didn't score any touchdowns. Daniel Whelan, 2 punts, 84 yards, 2 of them inside the 20, which is fantastic because he only kicked twice. Jaden Reed, 2 punt returns for 8 yards. I don't know why we decided to put Jaden Reed back out there. He's still, every time I see him, I just say, what are we doing? They're obsessed with putting Jaden Reed out there. The guy makes me super nervous. He stands there for 8 seconds after he catches it. First of all, the amount of times he's made stupid mistakes. He had a fair catch in this game when nobody was around him. And you could see right away he was like, oh man, I messed up. Yeah, you did. You did, buddy. And then the times that he actually does catch it, he stands there. And he stands there and he stands there and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I know. After 5 seconds, I'm going to run right into that defender there. I don't understand why we're doing this. Keyshawn had 2 kick returns, 53 yards, 26.5 average, 29 was the longest. Looking at team stats, they won time of possession 31-28. Packers ran more offensive plays, 62-55. We dominated in yards, 411 to 261. Again, we absolutely should have won the game. The offense just, they didn't really have a super hard time moving the ball. They just had a hard time scoring points because they couldn't get out of their own freaking way. 411 to 261. Yards per play, 6.6 to 4.7 in our favor. Penalties, 10 for us for 67 yards, 5 for them for 51. And that was mostly just the one play, the spear in the side of the guy's head. Touchdowns 3-1, no big deal. Completion percentage, they were 82%, we were 59%. Passing yards, Packers 273, Lions 137. Only 1 sack in the game, and it was the Packers sacking them. Again, impressive for our offensive line. Lions ran the ball 32 times for 124 yards. You know what that is? It's 3.9 yards per carry. For a team that came in, that was this elite rushing attack, that was going to tear us up on the ground, 3.9 yards per attempt. 137 passing yards, that's it, and 124 rushing yards, which seems like a lot, but that was 32 carries. 3.9 yards per attempt is nothing. Packers, 23 carries, 138 yards, 6 yards per attempt. Each team had a rushing touchdown. Third down efficiency, the Lions were just 33%. They were 4 of 12, but the Packers were 25%. They were 3 of 12. So that's not good. Fourth down, the Lions were 100%, 2 for 2. Packers are 2 of 3, which is 67%. In the red zone, the Lions were 50%, 2 of 4. We were 1 of 4, 25%. Pass deflections, they had 3, we had 0. Interceptions, they had 1, we had 0. Pick sixes, they had 1, we had 0. Then PFF just doing their best to piss me off. The Green Bay Packers are the latest victim of the Detroit Lions. The NFC's hottest team is winner of 6 straight. Bro, they weren't that good. Let me be very clear about this. If we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot constantly, this is a freaking blowout. But no, now we got to hear all over again how great they are, elite. They can't be stopped. They very easily could have been stopped, and the Packers could have stopped them. They just didn't feel like it. They spent an entire week doing who knows what. I don't know what they did all week. Sure as hell wasn't preparing to play a football game. Highest graded players, all Lions. Kirby Joseph, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Sam Laporta. Snap counts. This is kind of interesting. So Jordan Love and the offensive line all played all 64 snaps. You know who else played all 64? Tucker Kraft. Now, he's always been kind of close. He's never been in for every single offensive snap before. He was in this game. The value that this team puts on Tucker Kraft is insane. I don't know how many times. Did Rob Gronkowski play every offensive snap? I would doubt it. Maybe. I don't know. But then, once again, Romeo is wide receiver 1. 54 snaps. Still a pretty big drop. Then another big drop down to Jaden Reed, 43. Another big drop down to Josh Jacobs, 35. Christian, 35. Wicks, 30-5. Then Brooks, 17. Emmanuel Wilson, 13. Ben Sims, 12. Bo Melton, 11. John Fitzpatrick, 1. That dude gets his 1 snap every single time. Defense, the guys that played every snap, Quay, Bullard, McKinney, and Keyshawn Nixon. After that was Eric Wilson, then Edgerrin Cooper, then Kenny, then Stokes, then Gary, Valentine, Slayton, then Wyatt, Van Ness, Kingsley, Preston, McDuffie, Carl Brooks, Colby Wooden, Aaron Mosby. Now, Mosby went out with an injury. I believe Wooden did also, but that would be the order that they were in. Couple insights from NFL Pro here. Jaden Reed totaled 5 catches for 113 yards, with most of his production coming aligned in the slot, which was 4 catches for 81 yards. Jared Goff completed 15 of 17 passes for 114 yards and a touchdown through the first 3 quarters of the Lions' Week 9 win over the Packers, plus 24.2 CPOE. Goff completed just 3 of 5 passes for 22 yards in the fourth quarter. Overall, Goff recorded a plus 16.7 completion percentage over expected, 6th highest by a quarterback in a game this season. The Lions were able to avoid the Packers' defensive backs with just 5 of Goff's 22 passes targeting a DB in coverage. Goff completed every one of his 10 under-center play-action passes for 84 yards. Goff has now totaled 814 yards on under-center play-action passes this season, the most by a quarterback. Yeah. I also want to point something else out. You can't see it on the graphic, but he threw 3 passes beyond 10 yards. Two of them were complete. There's no. Oh, that's right. One of them came back because it was a penalty. Every other pass was 5 yards, right at 5 to 6 yards or less. Every single one of them. I'm looking at the green dots. 6 yards, 5, 5, 5, 5. 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 0, 0, and then 3 behind the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, I'm not going to bow down and worship Jared Goff. Then we got Josh Jacobs carried the ball 9 times between the tackles for 88 yards in Week 9 against the Lions. He had plus 55 rushing yards over expected. The guy's amazing. Jacob leads the NFL with 525 yards and plus 131 rush yards over expected on carries between the tackles entering Sunday Night Football. Jacobs carried the ball 4 times outside the tackles for just 7 yards in Week 9, minus 3 rush yards over expected. Of his 95 total rush yards, 45 of them came before contact, his most in the game this season. Jacobs forced 6 missed tackles across his 13 total carries, resulting in the highest forced missed tackle rate of the season, 46.2%. Boy, oh boy, the guy had the best day of the season. If I haven't said that 5 times. Too bad we ran it 13 times with him, huh? Boy, oh boy, we really missed an opportunity. His best game of the season. He might not run that well again all season. That might have been his best game. That might have been his best game as a Packer. Who knows? 13 carries. There you go. Okay. I mean, he was kind of hobbled, so who knows if he could have been able to do much more anyways. Maybe we couldn't have got more out of him. Maybe, granted, we could have done more before he got injured. I'm saying in the first half and whatever, we were throwing the ball out, but that's fine. It's no big deal. No big deal. Not a big deal. Doesn't matter. What do I care? All right, let's take our final break, and we'll be back. All right, so I want to go through some stuff. These are observations largely by other people and whatnot. Also, there are several things that I want to highlight here, because I know some people are not frustrated and they're refusing to be frustrated. I'm going to help you along here. Okay, actually, let's start with that. Amon-Ra St. Brown celebrates the Lions' win over the Packers with a Lambeau leap. There's a video of him on Fox NFL Sports of him going around, galloping, talking trash after they win, giving high fives to fans, but skipping the Packers fans, saying, "Nope, I'm not going to high five you." And then he finds a pile of Lions fans and he says, "Oh, I know, I'm going to do a Lambeau leap," because he makes sure it's all Lions fans there, so he'll be safe there. And he jumps up, he's laughing, he's having a good time. That's what happened in Lambeau today. That's what you think is fine and not a big deal. No big deal. Who cares? Pick six, bunch of penalties. Nobody cares. It's fine. This is fine. Dan Campbell says Lions, quote, are built for this after dominant win over Packers at rainy Lambeau Field. That was Eric Edholm, lead draft writer over at NFL.com. This is the bull crap that we have to listen to now because the Packers can't get their head out of their you-know-what. We got to listen to freaking coked out Dan Campbell saying, we're built for this. We're built for this. Built for what, stupid? Quote, I'm not shocked one bit we came here and played pretty good football out in the elements. We're built for this, man, and it doesn't matter just because we play indoors. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Statistically, it does. Statistically, you suck butt. You suck butt in outdoor stadiums. In fact, you know what? Your quarterback sucked again. Your team sucked again. Your quarterback couldn't complete passes beyond 5 yards. You ran for 3.9 yards per carry, and your offense scored 17 points. You're not built for this. You're weak and you're soft. You're weak. You're Charmin soft. And the freaking Packers handed you this game. So instead of looking and exposing how soft these freaking frauds are, the Packers decided to just freaking nuke themselves over and over and over again. Just freaking nuke, 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 nuke. Duke Nukem. And guess what? They only play one more outdoor game, I think, all freaking year, and it's in like week 17 or something stupid. So they're just going to sail through the rest of the season, probably with one loss. Well done, Packers. Really well done. We could play anywhere. We could play in the snow. We could play in the rain, play in the mud. That is just us, and we're built to win, man. Go do a line, you freak. Jared Goff. It was a fun game. Whenever you get these games once a year, you kind of get one like this in Green Bay and Lambeau. We're supposed to be the dome team. We come in here, we're supposed to be the team that can't play outside, and we come in here and win. You played like butt, dude. You suck. You didn't do anything to win the game. Yeah, we're supposed to be this dome team that can't win, and we dominate, bro. We're supposed to be a dome team who can't play outside, Goff said, per official transcript. We're supposed to be a team that can only win one way. I think we've shown a handful of times we can win in multiple ways. We're chameleons. Yeah, you've won outside a couple times. So far this year, you've won one game outside. It's the only game you've played outside, and it's because the Packers lost the damn game. But, of course, you're just a petty, stupid Packer fan when you say stuff like that. Oh, yeah, you can't say stuff like that. Yeah, you're not allowed to say stuff like that. Then that's fine. It doesn't matter because they lost the game. Now I have to be some crazy conspiracy theorist for saying it when I shouldn't have to say it because the Packers should have just won the damn game. But they didn't. They lost the game because they're stupid. Because they throw pick sixes when they should have just thrown the damn ball out of bounds. Right, Jordan? Because they miss field goals and drop touchdown passes. Here's an article. Zach Cruz, Packers Wire. This is 4 things that stood out. Number 1, drops in huge spots. Let's go through this. The Packers not only dropped at least a half dozen passes, but the drops came in big moments. On the first drive, running back Chris Brooks had a chance to extend the drive in the red zone, but dropped a pass underneath. Later in the first half, Tucker Kraft couldn't finish a catch on third down before Brandon McManus missed a field goal. Dontavian Wicks had a drop on third down, ending the Packers' first drive of the second half, and a drop in the end zone before a fourth down failure. How many points did the Packers leave on the field Sunday because they couldn't make a catch in big spots? I'd be willing to bet that is a minimum 14 points. I'll call it a minimum 10, okay? 10. We know it's 7. I'm just saying all this other stuff, bare minimum. Bare minimum is a field goal. Failure to take advantage is point number 2. The Packers missed opportunity after opportunity. Josh Jacobs delivered a 37-yard run in the first half, but a penalty on third down killed the promising drive in Lions territory. Don't you hate when that happens? Brian Branch's illegal hit and meltdown gifted the Packers 30 yards, but Brandon McManus missed a field goal after a third down drop. Oh boy, that's a lot of things that happened in one sentence, huh? Jaden Reed had 3 catches of 25 or more yards, all on different drives, but the Packers managed only 3 points after the explosive plays. Oh, man. Situational struggles. The Packers scored 1 touchdown on 4 red zone trips, finished 3 of 12 on third down, and gave up a pair of touchdowns on fourth down. Yeah, that stings, huh? The Lions mostly dominated the contest situationally, and that's the main point, that the Lions do the things that matter. Might not be a great first down, but on third down, fourth down, they're going to show up. In the red zone, when you have to get a touchdown, guess what? They get a touchdown. They don't dirt a ball and then 2 botched snaps at a guy's feet and then punt. Green Bay managed only 6 points on their first 3 trips inside the red zone. How do you get inside? Never mind. They punted after the Lions' first touchdown in the first half and first touchdown in the second half. Amon-Ra St. Brown caught a touchdown on fourth down from the 3-yard line, and Jahmyr Gibbs made easy work of the Packers' run defense on 4th and 1 to open the second half. The Packers did have a third down sack, but the defense didn't produce a takeaway. When a big play was needed, the Lions were the team that produced more consistently. That's the story of the day, kind of. And then weather only mattered to one team, and that certainly doesn't need to be explained very much. And that's exactly why I say it's an excuse. It's a freaking excuse that I'm not going to grant. You don't get to tell me about, well, that was a bad pass, but it's slippery out there. Wasn't slippery for Jared Goff. Well, he should have caught it, but it's raining out there. Didn't seem to bother Amon-Ra St. Brown too much, did it? How many drops the Lions have again? Oh yeah, 0? Shut up. Don't want to hear it. I also noticed nobody was slipping out there. You notice that not one person slipped out there? It's almost like when the Packers start slipping and when all these things happen, there's a lot of excuses. And then when it doesn't happen, we just don't talk about it. And then next time when it does happen, we blame it on the thing again. Oh, it's that darn field. Oh, shucks. Is it? Is it the field? Or do you just fall down? CBSSports.com did an article. 9 overreactions in the 2014 NFL season. Packers, blah, blah, blah. So here, they're going to go through overreaction or reality. This should make you real happy. Lions are the best team in the NFL. Reality. Next one. The Packers are the most overrated NFL team. Reality. There's so much hype surrounding Jordan Love and the Packers, yet they laid an egg in Lambeau Field with the weather in their favor. Love had his 7th straight game with an interception, the longest streak by a Packers quarterback since Brett Favre in 2006, and was held without a touchdown for the 2nd straight frickin' game. Green Bay stopped bouncing around. Green Bay has good wins over Houston and Arizona, but was beaten by Philadelphia, Minnesota, Detroit. The Packers are outscored in those games 89-72 and allowed 29.7 points per game. The Packers are a good team, but they need to beat the elite teams if they want to be considered one. They haven't done that yet, and their quarterback keeps turning the frickin' ball over, a formula for not winning big games. Yeah, I'm sure CBS is just overreacting, right? Just whoever wrote this, who wrote this? Jeff Kerr must just be some emotional Packer fan. Get a grip, Kerr. So I don't know, man. Look, we're back to doing the exact same crap we've been doing this whole time that I'm really getting tired of. They're a good football team, and if they can clean it up, boy, oh boy, they're going to be really good. Right? Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. Again, just like last week and the week before that and the week before that. Same thing over and over again. Boy, oh boy, if we can get Jordan to stop throwing interceptions in just one game. Can we get it in one game with no interceptions, maybe? Maybe one of these where you're not backed up in your end zone and you lob up a pass to a defender and he just walks into the end. Can we just not do that? Twice in a season. I cannot believe that. Once in a career is enough. Twice in a season is freaking crazy. But 6-win team, you got a bye week, get healthy, study the film, practice something. Make sure everyone understands the basic freaking rules of how to line up before the snap. By the way, can I just say, Zach Tom got penalized for a false start. That dude was jumping early every play. I was watching him jump early, and I was like, bro, chill out. They finally called him on it. But, let's work on the snap counts. Let's not jump early. Let's understand what, if the quarterback's going to use cadence, let's not get the offense to jump, right, Josh Jacobs? If it's 4th down, they're probably going to get us to jump. Maybe we don't tackle their entire offensive line. I know their freaking centers cheated and jerked his head around, but I'm just saying, let's not just make ourselves look stupid over and over and over again, please. Can we just work on that? Don't make everyone look stupid. That'd be so good if we could just do that. No more stupid stuff. By the way, I had a thought. Just because today sucked and the election's been draining and all that, and all this stuff's going to be done. We got a week to chill. We got no more politics. I had a little bit of a thought here. What if we spend some time watching some movies? Funny freaking movies. Not horror movies, not action movies, funny movies. Do one a day just to do a hard reset. Flush it out of our system. Huh? I'm going to freaking do it. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to do it. It's kind of like, how Rogers does like his book of the week or book of the month or whatever. It had to be book of the week because he came back every week, right? Book of the week club. He expects people to read a book in a week. That's crazy, am I right? Some people have lives. But kind of like doing a book of the week thing, but it's a movie of the day club. And I was thinking maybe starting like Wednesday for obvious reasons. And the reason this came up is because I just had the most random memory and desire to watch a movie that I haven't seen in forever. I don't know what happened. It was just like one of these, whoa, what the heck was that moments? You know what I haven't seen in forever that is so good? Beavis and Butthead Do America. It's so good. You know what else I want? Reno 911, the one where they're in Florida, Miami or whatever the thing is. Great movie. National Lampoon, the family one, whatever the one where he says, "Then don't get cheap on me." That one, so good. That one just popped into my head 1 second ago. Again, we don't have to do the same movies, but as I'm thinking about it, those are the ones I got to hunt down because I want to watch them. Little palate cleanser. We'll work on getting some movies lined up. We'll get prepped for Wednesday. Let's do this thing. Let's laugh again, huh? Maybe don't. I don't care. All right, I'm out of here. I gotta go to bed. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.